Hey guys, so I'm back with two of my favorite lovely ladies. This time it's my mom, obviously, Velda, and my niece, Mindy. Yes. You guys recognize both of them. So we're going to talk about Mindy's take on what's going on around here and how I take care of my mom, like I did with my sister, and I'm going to do with my one brother. So I want to start off with one thing. Guys, if you want to thumbs down these videos, that's fine, but could you please give me some comment on why you didn't like the video? If it's just because it's not something you're interested in, please just click out and watch something else first. Or watch something else. You don't have to watch these videos. I do this because I have family and friends that watch my channel and have questions. And also that there's a chance down the road this may be good documentation for me. But that's just my reasoning. Also, when somebody says something, I kind of want to address it. But I don't want to be so hardcore on it. So I'm asking my family to talk too, because maybe I'm not catching something I'm doing, like with regards to the rearrangement of the room and that, whereas they do. I think we all have found, though, and I'm going to ask you this because you've been out here before the room was rearranged and after. Don't you feel like she kind of does a little better knowing what's going on in the room than she did before?
Most of the time, yes. There's some times where
late in the evening, yeah that's always going to be. But anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about that, and Mom has addressed it, so if you have anything you want to add in, we'll try to let you add in, but okay, so the first question is, Mindy, on the whole, do you feel like Grandma is being taken care of?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like I take everything into account when I'm planning a change or anything like that with her?
Yes, for the most part you do. I don't ever think you don't put thought into what you're doing.
Okay. Now, the next question is pertaining to what your mom commented on. My voice.
I personally, it is harsh, but it has to be because Grandma doesn't...
You thought it was harsh until you were out here this time, and then you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I've seen her struggle with Grandma, and Grandma don't always hear her properly.
Sitting in the same room, and I'm sitting right across the room, and I said something to my mom. I was talking to my mom, and I have a couple nicknames I call my mom. I call my mom Bubba, and don't ask me why, because my dad was Buddy and my mom was Bubba. When my dad was alive, that was what I would call him, so they knew which one I was talking to. And I have no clue how that got started. And then I will also call her baby girl. I call my mom my baby girl. And it's not me. I don't mean it meanly, do I? You're my baby girl, aren't you?
Yeah.
I love my baby girl. And it's as close to a child as I'm going to get. So, taking care of your elderly parents is as close to a child as I'm going to get. So, anyway. So, I call her that, and Mom still didn't understand I was talking to her. And Mindy had to actually repeat what I said. Grandma, Aunt Joyce asked you this. Oh, I didn't know she was talking to me.
Actually, that time I just repeated what you said. I didn't say you said it.
Yeah.
And she answered to the question.
You said, I don't think she heard you that time. And then the next time she did say it, and then Mom's like, oh, I didn't know she was talking to me.
Yeah.
And so it is kind of, and then if I get a certain tone, Mom knows I'm talking to her.
Yes.
She'll answer me then.
I actually noticed it the last couple times I've been over because she's been having some problems hearing me for a while.
But you had...
I really noticed it this time.
Yeah, but you made the comment last night. We tried the video last night, too, and I was a little, scattered. But you mentioned it last night, and then we got to talking about it, and you're like, well, no, this is what I meant. It didn't come out that way because we were tired last time. So, anyway, I love you. You're cute. She's just like, whatever. Okay, let's address this. Grandma. Mindy asked a question last night, but let's ask you this question. Do you get frustrated when we put you on the camera? Do you feel like we force you to go on camera, or do we let you have the choice of getting on camera or not?
But you don't force me to go.
I don't force her, no. But I did kind of say, I do want you to do this.
There's days that she hasn't felt like doing it, and she will say, not today.
And usually she's behind the camera and still talks.
Yeah, we'll work around it, so.
Which is fine, we don't care. But do you feel like we force you into doing videos with us, or that that you have no say in what videos you get to be in and stuff?
No. Don't pay that close attention.
She just she's game for almost anything. You know, she's usually like, hey, I'll do anything. You know,
Especially when it comes to our snack trials, she's game for that.
which we're going to be making a couple of them this weekend
Yes.
too. But usually she's in the ones from Mindy's channel. She's going to be in for snack trials. Usually, once in a while on my channel, but because it's more like Mindy and her have certain foods they can eat that I can't. So I throw it over on Mindy's channel, and then
Like marshmallows.
I hate marshmallows and anything strawberry. Or not strawberry, but banana.
And I like banana.
Strawberry and banana together I don't like either. But anyway, that's why I said it, because there's a strawberry banana item coming up in one of the videos, so stay tuned for that.
If it hasn't already gone up.
But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that'll be on Mindy's channel, so it may go up before this video. So anything else regarding changes with Grandma that you want to talk about?
I did bring up last night the fact that Grandma is struggling walking right now. She can still do it, but she's shuffling her feet and slowly moving. And I asked if you think that you sometimes cause her to be faster than she can handle or not.
And as I said to Mindy, I probably do. But at the same time, if you notice with my grandma, with my mom, her grandma, I mean, sorry, verbiage got a little confusing there. Okay, if you've noticed with my mom, she will stop if I'm not like holding onto her walker or her arm or something. Like I'll be walking her, and can I have your hand a minute? I'll be walking with her like this toward the bedroom, and I'll have to let go for a moment, and she's okay to walk by herself. But my mom will stop and look around like, where do you go? It's like she can't see me, even if I'm standing right this close to her.
And in the store, I noticed similar things. Like I was helping her pull Grandma along,
So I could take a break.
and Grandma would slow down and be like, "Where's Joyce at? Where are we going?" I'm like, "She's just around the bend. We got to go up here and turn."
Because it slows me down when I take care of my mom. And I don't mind. The thing is that I'm stretching because I have the cart in front of me, and this is when I do pull her. Because I'll have the cart in front of me, I have the walker behind me, and I can't stretch any farther. So then I'm pulling her. It's like, Mom, you've got to get up here so I don't have to stretch so far. Because I don't want to be 3 hours in the store. And it does take us about an hour in the store to get things done.
And I have a question for you, Grandma.
Okay.
Speaking of the walking and everything, we have the walker for you, and there is a seat to sit down. Do you forget that sometimes, that there's a seat so you can sit down on the walker?
I've asked her this question myself, and I know her answer.
What's my answer?
When we go in the store with your walker and you get a little wore down, do you ever think about sitting down on the walker? Is basically what she's asking.
I think I do.
But you won't let me know that you want to do it. And I'll ask you in the store, and you're like, "No, I'm good."
I just don't want to interrupt what you're doing.
I can pull her on the walker if she's sitting. I used to do it with my dad. It's actually easier for me. I could even put her between me and the cart and push the cart along with the walker if I needed to.
Yeah.
But my mom won't do it. She tries to be as helpful as she can, but sometimes her helpfulness is more hindering.
And let me clarify this, because I just realized there's several types of walkers. The walker she has a seat and a round thing in front of it, so if she's pushing the cart with the
I'm
walker,
not pushing.
it's not the back.
It is the back, but she's got some padding between her and it.
Yeah.
No, shove mom into the cart.
I just realized that something.
I didn't think about that. I sound like a horrible daughter. Oh my god. But yeah, so mom's shuffling more. I mean, she's 82 years old, almost 83, so it makes sense that she's shuffling.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of her what she's showing are signs that we've seen with my dad, with his Parkinson's and his dementia, and his problems sleeping at night and stuff. So we kind of are like, we're wondering what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be talking to her doctor this next week. She goes to the doctor, and we go to her foot doctor this week. And hopefully I can get some answers. But this doctor doesn't always, her mind's always set on how many people she's got to see or something that day. So sometimes I don't feel like we're heard.
Yeah.
And I think you can attest to that with a lot of times the general doctors will be that way a lot.
Yeah, I've had several throughout my life because I've moved around a lot, and most of them, they are in a hurry to get you in and out.
And,
there's only a handful that really pay.
I have a couple doctors I watch on YouTube, and one of them, he kind of explains all that. But he also explains that there is a limit of how much of that you should tolerate, too. Because he's like, I know that, I can't give you a whole day of, to go over everything, but, if you need me, I'm not going to rush out of there, kind of thing. And it's like, so it's like, sometimes that's a little hard.
It doesn't mean the doctor don't care.
No. And our doctor's pretty good. I mean, when we really need her, she's there. And when we really have problems, she's there. And she gets me answers and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just sometimes I don't feel like I can communicate the way I need to. Or that I'm getting, especially since we went to COVID issues, the pandemic and that, where we're having to wear masks. And we still have to wear masks when we go to doctor's offices. You may not have to wear them in stores, but in the doctor's office you do. Because obviously that's a place where that's going to potentially be a hazard. So, it is frustrating because with the mask on, you can't hear as well, and they're not hearing you as well, and it's a little bit more like breathing through a mask is hard to do. I mean, I'm not complaining because breathing with the tube down your throat is even harder. I'm not complaining about that, but I'm saying it makes it harder to feel like you can really communicate.
Yeah.
As a caregiver overall, Mom, how do you feel I do?
You do a good job of taking care of me.
And we're going to definitely get my brother's opinion on this too. You guys have heard my sister's opinion. And Mindy has given you her opinion on that. Any other things that you've noticed when you come over that like maybe need to be addressed better? Or
Not really. Overall, you're treating Grandma right. You're doing what you need to cope with what's going on. And Grandma's not complaining about being hurt or anything. So,
there's one thing that's driving me up a wall lately. And it makes me feel like a bad caregiver. My mom's bones, when I'm holding the one arm, I can almost hear them. And it just freaks me out. It's like, oh my God, I'm hurting my mom. And I'm not, but I can hear the brittleness of her bones. And it freaks me out. But it's only on the one arm. Which is odd because the other arm's the one that's got all the health issues. Your one arm has lymphedema, a pinched nerve, and carpal tunnel.
ouch.
And that's also the side that has no kidney. Because my mom has only one kidney. So it's on her left side that she had the kidney removed. She had breast cancer on the left side. She's really good at hurting her left side. So the brittleness is on the right side, so that's weird to me.
But yeah, I would say overall everything's being taken care of properly and handled at the best of the ability. We're not quite to the point where we need hospice, and I don't think so either.
And after we talked it over in my sister's video, she agreed.
Speaking of, we talked about it last night, and I did ask Grandma a question, that kind of a good question. When it comes time that you guys do need the services, are you willing to have hospice as a team support?
If we get to the point where you're needing hospice,
Not now, but later down the road.
a year or 2 years down the road, if it gets to the point where I can't do this on my own anymore and I need to call in a hospice team, how are you going to feel?
I'm going to feel good because they take good care of you.
So Mom's totally for it when it comes time.
It's just not time yet.
But right now, do you feel it's time yet?
No.
And I don't feel it's time.
And I don't either.
And was it not an easy decision when I made that decision with my dad? We had him come out on a Friday, and I had to let him know by Monday if we were going to do it. And they came out and did the kind of talk it over, what they could do for us and all that. And my dad didn't even sit on that appointment. He met him, and that was it, and walked out. And then my mom and I sat there. I mean, he went out to his enclosed deck and sat there. And then we talked. And my mom was in tears, and I was in tears a little bit as we were talking to him. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I don't want to say this is the right option because to me this feels like end of life. Like, he's gone. And because I've heard of people that happen. And then I had people that where they've lasted a long time on it. And it's like, I I don't know. What do I want to do? So I taught, but the more I thought about it, and the more they told me what the services were they could provide, I'm like, there was like music therapy. Dad would benefit from that. I knew that because my dad loved music as much as I do. There was massage therapy. Dad could have benefited from that, which he did a little bit, but the massage therapist we had didn't last long, and that was over, and it wasn't the best situation for my dad in that particular case because of the way it went. They had a hair cutter, a person that came out and cut his hair for him. That was beneficial for us because Dad could no longer get up to the thing. We didn't have to take him to doctors anymore. That was beneficial. They would help me with the pill stuff, so I didn't have to worry about all that stuff. It was just one thing after another. And with my dad, he was so far gone at that point, it was like, yep, this is what I need. And so I, over the weekend, talked to my mom, and I'm like, they said that he could graduate off of it and we could pull him back off. I'm for it. And Mom's like, okay, you're the one that does most of the work, fine. So then they came in, and it slowly became more and more help that they were giving. And then they back off a little bit, and then it was more and more help that they were giving. And then toward the end, it was every day somebody was here. And it was an amazing service, and when you have to go that point, is absolutely worth it. And
even brought in a minister.
Yeah, we had a chaplain that came, and we had our social worker, and we had nurse, bath aide. We had the barber that came in and cut his hair. They would have gotten us a doctor to come in and trim the toenails, had his own knot done it for us. I mean, they had everything they could do for us. They would do anything. We had the hospital bed, the oxygen, everything their company provided for us. So it was an overall great experience as far as when you need it, it's there for you. It's awesome. And we had great friendships with a lot of them. I'm actually friends with one of them still, one of the staff that we had.
Friends for a long time with them.
Yeah, I stayed friends with one of Dad's crew afterward, and I still get a lot of support from them. So I feel like it was a good option. But is it time for Grandma? God, no, definitely not.
No.
And so that's one of the questions I have for everybody when they come on and do this. Yes, there's a couple things I could be doing better. I could be playing more games with my mom like I did with my dad, but I think I burned out so hard taking care of my dad, and then I didn't get that break between. Like I thought I was going to have a little break because my mom was still pretty healthy at the time, or we thought. But then she got the cancer, and boom, everything just started going downhill again. And then my health was going downhill at the same time, so it's been a little challenging with that. Because I went right as we get Mom taken care of with the cancer, I ended up having to go through a surgery because of my feminine health, which I've talked about in a video before, so I'm very open about that. So it was a lot. And right now, my sister's husband, her dad, is going through dialysis, and we're waiting to hear when he'll be capable of being a transplant. Right now, he's not eligible. They're going to try a couple other things that they can do because of the reason he's not eligible is kind of bogus in a way because of the fact that dialysis is the reason he's having the problem that he's having. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those things where it's a double-edged sword. We got to walk a fine line, and
we're working with doctors trying to get it where he is approved.
Because it has to do with his blood pressure. And his blood pressure is out of whack only when he goes through dialysis. Mm-hmm. The rest of the time he's staying pretty normal.
I think, is it normal or does it run high?
I can't remember, but he would be qualified
to do
if it weren't for the dialysis kind of thing. When it comes to his blood pressure, it's kind of one of those you're if you do and you're if you don't.
Yep.
So we're
in limbo right now on that.
So we're praying for that something will turn around and be okay for him, because that's one of my biggest support lines right there. You guys don't always see I don't talk as much about my family, other than Mindy, my mom, because, I try to respect my family, not bring them in too much, especially the in-laws. But my brother-in-law has been one of my biggest supports in a lot of things. He's one of the first people I can talk to when I'm really stressed out and stuff, which, how many people say that about their brother-in-law, I don't know, but I can definitely say it. And we didn't always have that good relationship. When I was younger, we did not always get along. But we had a breakthrough a few years back when my dad was not doing well. And after that, we've been very, able to talk to one another through things. So, And my sister is a good support line. I know when the time comes, she'll be there as often as she can with my mom when it comes to that point. My brother will come out a little more often when it comes to the point. So I know I've got the support when I absolutely need it. And I am very blessed, and Mindy will tell you this too. My neighbors across the street, my neighbors next door, the neighbors on this side of me, all my neighbors around me are supporting me.
Yeah.
Whatever way I need. The ones across the street take care of my driveway in the winter, mow my grass in the summer. They raise bees on my property and give me the honey from it. I mean, like, we are in tight with my neighbors. Their kids come over and play games, help me go down, do the laundry when Mindy's not out. So I'm very blessed to have my neighbors across the street, and I would be lost without them. My neighbor next door will sometimes in the summer let me swim in their swimming pool, which is a great help when I need to get away from things for a few minutes or whatever. Mom can go sit on the deck while I swim or whatever, and like, it's just so. And also they're there when I need things, or like, and I pet sit for them, and we help one another out. And it's what you always hope for a street of neighbors. I'm very blessed to have that. I didn't have that as a kid because my one neighbor that used to live across the street was not the greatest neighbor to have. Vandalism and stuff happened while they were here. And we're pretty sure that they were the ones that instigated it. I think we even caught them one time. Them doing some of the vandalism to our house.
I think so, because Grandpa said something about
so,
that.
I mean, like, it was not always the greatest situation. I didn't have any problem with them, but the rest of the family had. When I came along, they were a little more chill. Their kids were out of the house and stuff. So, I kind of just left it go. But overall, that is what's been going on. You're getting sore.
Yeah, sorry, I have scoliosis in my back, so.
Fibromyalgia, scoliosis, the poor girl is falling apart at the seams, and I keep trying to fix her, but I know, I'm no psychiatrist. Oh, I mean, no, I'm kidding. I love you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like that's most of what we wanted to address.
Yes.
So, if you have questions or comments, please leave them down below.
And if you have certain questions for certain people, like Grandma, that you want to know more from her side, or from me, or my dad, or my mom, let us know who you want to hear from, because we can definitely most likely.
I try not to force anybody on, but if I'm getting questions, my sister is willing to come back if we get in a lot of questions for her.
Yeah.
If she feels that she's needed in the video, my sister just doesn't feel comfortable on camera. It took me a long time to be comfortable, and Mom kind of still has a little bit of issue now and then, but because I've done videos with her long before we even posted the first video, Mom's kind of gotten more comfortable with the camera. Yeah. And so, but my family is very willing to support me and help me out in that way, and Mindy is definitely going to be there for me through it all, and
I try.
we do fight. I mean, we do fight, but we've been doing pretty good this last year, for about a year now.
Yeah.
We kind of, everything settled back down. We're good.
We've been good. It's just I've been having stuff and you've been having stuff.
We, at the beginning of the year, her dad had COVID, and we had all been around him, so we kind of had to isolate for a little while.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because we couldn't be around one another, but we just chose to isolate because also her building was going through it because she's in a apartment building. And so, and I take care of my mom, and we had to isolate, and so we did that to take care, limit what we were doing. So that was one of the biggest reasons it's taken us so long after the first of the year to get together to do this video and everything. And then my birthday came up, Valentine's Day, and the show that I went to, which I'm wearing the shirt of. Yep, this is the shirt from the Jeff Dunham show. Okay, Mindy's looking at it like, show it. There it is. I'm gonna say this. I got beef. I got beef with Jeff Dunham, okay? So if Jeff Dunham sees this video, I got beef. His website, when you order merch from there, beautiful, sizing works. You order it through the Amazon website that he has it set up there, and it's the link he gives you at the show. Yeah, it's like a size too small, and it shrinks when it goes to the washer.
Ooh.
So this, I bought this, it's a 3X, but it feels more like an extra large now. So I'll probably only get to wear it once, and I'll probably make it into part of a quilt or something. But this one and my peanut one.
Could make a pillow.
No, I'm going to make them into a quilt. Take this one and peanut and some other ones that I have that don't fit. Anyway, so that's my complaint. I love the show. loved the one I got from the chain. I got this one. Well, not this one. I got the one with all the characters that said Jeff Dunham seriously, and it's the tour one. But I got it from the website. So we had ordered them before we went to the show, and then we found out they had ones for. I'm kind of glad we did though, because then when we got these, we found out they were smaller.
Yeah.
So we still have one that we can wear.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's my beef with Jeff Dunham right now. Start some drama for me. Go over and tell him. No, I'm kidding. Don't tell him. I know that one. Oh my god, that would be. Could you just see if I had like this celebrity ventriloquist come after me because I'm like, I got beef with you. But hey, if you guys want to start some drama, let me know. No. As we hope you enjoy getting to know this a little more. Comment, like we said, questions, concerns, any of that. We do love hearing from you guys, and we do read your comments, and we do take them to heart. We may not respond to every comment.
It's hard to do that.
That one definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't. I try to, but sometimes it's like your comment doesn't give me anything that you want to comment back. So if you want to comment back, tell me something that you might lead me into saying something. Like. Otherwise, we hope you have a wonderful day filled with lots of love and laughter. We hope your saddest day in the future is only as sad as your happiest day in the past. But if it's not, we hope you have the strength to endure. Till next time. Bye, guys.
Guys.